was presence of heavy littering. For example, if you go to Strand Pitt Street, you will see heavy content of plastic bottles, Excel cans, juice cans, etc. You go to Chapel Street, Strand, you will see the same thing. So this whole concept or issue that we're experiencing with regards to flooding, it requires a multi-stakeholder approach in order for us to curb or to put mitigative measures in place. First of all, citizens have a duty and a responsibility. The municipality has a duty and a responsibility. Central government has a duty and a responsibility, while the municipality has a mandate to take care of the primary drains within this town of New Amsterdam. Central government has a responsibility for the secondary drainage network, such as the canals, the outfalls, etc. So the point I'm getting at is this: while the municipality and central government will honor their obligations, citizens must honor their duty and responsibility to take care of their front drain, and most importantly, to desist from the practice of littering. Because what we're seeing, for example, you look across the road here, Main Road to Republic Road, Pitt Street, there is presence of littering within the town of New Amsterdam. Additionally, what I wish to say, once we target or tackle this issue or address this issue from a multi-sectorial approach, we will have the necessary relief that we're looking for in terms of drainage, because one would concur with me, drainage plays a very important role within the township of New Amsterdam and in every local democratic organ, right? Drainage is important. We have no alternative as a municipality to start putting radical measures in place where persons who are caught littering will be placed before the court. We will be working collaboratively with the Guyana Police Force through the Constabulary Department to ensure those perpetrators are fined and the necessary steps taken to have those individuals prosecuted. Coupled with that, the Works Committee, who is headed by the Deputy Mayor of New Amsterdam and the officer in charge of drainage, I will be working collaboratively with those two individuals and every councillor to ensure we start redefining our drainage network, especially the interlock drains. It's a known fact the interlock drains within the township needs addressing, and what we're getting from our constituents, citizens of New Amsterdam, the SIP workers, while we appreciate what they're doing, there is need for them to be much more thorough when it comes to their execution of duties and responsibility relative to the maintenance of our drainage and infrastructure. Pitt Street, New Amsterdam, if you were to look or take a careful look as to what is happening over the years, over the last 2 decades, 3 decades, the landscape of New Amsterdam would have changed significantly. With that being said, look what's happening right here. The encumbrances caused to the drainage structure within the township has been compromised. In the bylaws, we have specific measurement in terms of width and depth for the drainage network. Today, if we should pull our measuring tape, we will see consciously developers would have encumbered by smallening the width of the drainage, and the depth at the same time would have been compromised. Now, the drainage serves as a holding point for the water until the corridors are open. This morning, unfortunately, when we had that heavy downpour of rain, we had high tide. Because of the high tide, the corridors, they were closed. Because the corridor was closed, the drains hadn't the holding capacity to hold the water coming from the downpour of rain. Hence the flooding. The pumps situated at the various outfalls, Tordawan outfalls, the outfalls in Tugwar, those pumps were not on. Had those pumps had been enacted during that process or period, we would have minimal water inland, because the pumps, they're designed to take the water from inland and pour it into the outfalls when the corridors are closed and the tides are high. So I wish to reiterate this issue of drainage and flooding that we are experiencing. I'm recommending a multi-stakeholder approach in addressing these issues. The municipality will not shy away from its obligations and responsibilities. As mayor, I will be working with every stakeholder to ensure we bring relief or to alleviate this flooding situation that we are experiencing, especially in central New Amsterdam. So to the business owners, persons who are developing, their properties, the back fences, there should be a 4 feet remaining. Now that 4 feet that should be left remaining is to facilitate workers going into the interlock to have the maintenance of the interlock drains done. To date, in central New Amsterdam, there is no 4 feet, and I can cite examples. And before we conclude this podcast or interview, I will show you as a typical example. No 4 feet, hence it's very difficult for the workers to get into the interlock drains to get it cleaned or desilted properly. So, what is even more appalling, citizens contribute to what is happening here. And when the effects, the negative effects of their actions occur, the municipality is being blamed for this. So as mayor, I will be working with every citizen, every stakeholder to ensure we alleviate or bring relief to citizens rather as it relates to flooding. My final point is this: we can desilt every drain internally within the township. If those outfalls are not adequately maintained, it will be defeating the purpose. And if we're to visit the outfalls, we will see these outfalls are heavily silted, which means they must be given the attention they need to bring relief to citizens. So once again, the issue at hand requires a multi-stakeholder, multi-sectorial approach if we're to really and truly address drainage works throughout the length and breadth of this beautiful tongue of Amsterdam.